Mohammed Siraj, what was he doing after taking that catch, giving Harry Brook a very costly life? It was not that Harry Brook had hit it with such force like a tracer bullet that Ravi Shastri would always comment on. It was aerial, the ball was landing nicely onto Mohammed Siraj's hand at deep backward square leg. Harry Brook was on 19, hooking Prasiddha Krishna, but the moment he held the catch just inside the boundary line, his right foot stepped on the boundary rope and it was a miss, a life given to Harry Brook. England at that point would have been 141 for 4, chasing a victory target of 374. That life allowed Harry Brook to score his 10th Test 100, and along with fellow Yorkshireman Joe Root, who completed his 39th Test 100, England are well on course to completing a 3-1 Test series victory. Mohammed Siraj, he should have been very aware of his boundary markings. As he was just inside the boundary line, he should be aware of how much behind is the boundary rope. And this shot was not as if it was, like I mentioned, with such brute force that it would have carried the fielder with the ball's force, but it was an aerial shot landing nicely into Siraj's hands. But why did he take that step backwards? He should have been very aware. This is what the awareness means, game awareness, where you are standing, and in the context of the series, India would or may well be losing this 5th and final test match. But what an exciting day's cricket. England resuming at 50 for the loss of opener Zach Crawley finished the day with another 35 runs needed for victory, and they have 3 wickets, or rather 4 wickets if you believe, or if England have to send out the fractured Chris Woakes if the situation arises. They are somewhere near victory and Chris Woakes is required to bat. Then they have 4 wickets in hand. So England added 289 on the 4th day, where fortunes slightly swung in favor of India post tea, when just before tea session they removed Harry Brook for 111, and post tea they managed to take the wickets of Jacob Bethel and Joe Root. But Joe Root, after having made 105 runs. The test would have definitely ended on Sunday, the 4th day, but for bad light stopping play with about 90 minutes to go for the stumps, and later on rain, forcing an early stumps, with England 339 for 6, 4 wickets still to get for India. Or if, like I mentioned, considering Chris Woakes, whether he is in a position to bat or not, we saw him in whites in the dressing room with his left arm in sling. So you never know, if the need arises, he may come out and do what Malcolm Marshall, the late West Indian, did against England in 1984, or as we have seen some of the instances where batsmen have come out, batted on one hand, tried to save their team from defeat, like Marshall did which he in fact went on to bowl with a fractured palm, took 7 wickets and bowled England, or rather bowled West Indies to victory, defeating England. Or in an earlier instance, Colin Cowdrey batting with a fractured left arm, facing, or rather England needing to face 2 deliveries against West Indies. Colin Cowdrey did not have to bat. He gave company to his partner. England saved the test match against West Indies in the 1960s. There have been so many instances. So could Chris Woakes walk out with one arm with the other left hand being broken and in sling, like we saw Rishabh Pant bat in the 4th test match in Manchester just the previous week with a broken toe? Well, India could have won this test match had Siraj taken that catch. It is these small minor things, like how aware are you where the boundary is. These small things do matter. Practice makes one perfect, they say, and it is these kind of catch practices that will certainly come in handy in such situations. Harry Brook, we know what kind of a batsman he is, how he can turn things around, and that's what he precisely did for England. In the company of the senior batsman and senior Yorkshireman, Joe Root, the two put on 195 for the 4th wicket. And they came in very quick time, just 211 deliveries for that 195 run partnership dominated by Harry Brook, who himself reached his 100 in just 91 balls and eventually was out for 111 in 98 deliveries, miscuing Akash Deep delivery and caught at mid-off as he lost control of his bat, the bat flying away in a different direction. Something similar to what we saw Rishabh Pant earlier in the series, the bat flying towards backward point, rather to backward square leg, and the catch being held in the mid-off region. Ollie Pope, who took strike first up in place of Zach Rowley, who was out last ball the previous day, he lasted 34 deliveries, added 27, but just before that, he, with the other overnight not-out batsman, Ben Duckett, who completed his another half century of the series, was out, edging Prasiddha Krishna to second slip KL Rahul for 54, adding 20 to his overnight 34. At tea, England were comfortable at 317 for 4, needing another 57 runs. When we all thought it would be over in the next 1 hour or so post tea, Prasiddha Krishna and Mohammed Siraj bowled brilliantly, dismissing Jacob Bethel, the left-hander. Early days of Bethel in his test career, charging out to Prasiddha Krishna, getting an under edge, and was clean bowled for just 5 runs. And Joe Root, after completing his 100, was caught behind by Dhruv Jurel of Mohammed Siraj. This gave the Indians some hope of pulling it back and trying to take the remaining wickets, those of the bowlers, with only Jamie Smith, who also did not look his usual self, took 2 many deliveries for his 2 runs, and he had the company of Jamie Overton, yet to score for company when stumps were officially drawn. So 35 runs for England to get 4 wickets, or effectively 3 wickets for India to get. The match is still alive. Anybody can win. India winning will make it 2-all. England winning will make it 3-1. Whether it is 2-all or 3-1, it should be over before lunch on Monday, weather permitting, and well before lunch. I foresee the match ending in the first hour before the drinks interval on Monday, the 5th day. So, thanks to the weather interruption, this test match will enter the 5th and final day. Like all the other 4 matches have gone into the final session of the 5th and final day, this test will not go beyond the first session. So definitely no chance of a 5th test match entering the 5th day's final session, but definitely 5th day, first session, perhaps it will be over in the first hour. India wins or England wins, it's anybody's guess. Take care, stay safe, and have a wonderful day and a good start to the week ahead. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Take care.